Let me share with you how I'm structuring a deal with a landowner. He's got two 12-acre part. Well, technically it's like 11 and 12, 11 and 13, something like. Anyways, 24 acres total, something like that. So anyway, so the way I'm structuring it is because he came into the office. He's got these two assets. He wants to maximize profitability. He has cash as well. That's not the problem. The thing is, he doesn't have the know-how, the time, and he does not have the expertise. As a developer, like this is literally what I do all day, is to maximize profitability. So the way I set it up was that, okay, he wants me to come in as a potential partner and pay me as a developer, as what they call a developer fee. And so with earning the developer fee, I'm basically going to be taking his raw land and then creating multiple different exits as different asset classes. Meaning an asset is like, for example, you've got multifamily is an asset class, but then you have high density, medium density, low density. Low density could be single family residential. Medium density could be townhouses. High density could be 4-story garden style apartments, right? Or you go to light industrial play, right? You could do heavy industrial play, light industrial play. Heavy industrial could be like a waste campus. Light industrial could be literally a larger building, right? Then you've got business parks as well. Then you have office. These are different asset classes. But your goal is, if you want to maximize profitability on any kind of site, you want to have a broader exit strategy. You don't want to just have one exit strategy for one asset class. You want 3 different asset classes. But that takes time. You've got to actually figure out the acquisition managers that I'm going to sell this asset to. One, they do not have the time to do the research to make sure that this particular piece of land, like that he is coming up to me, is profitable. So they basically, the reason why acquisition managers and other developers will pay a premium for me personally, this is True Investors Development, this is Franklin Cruz, giving them a deal, is because they know if it's coming from my office, I already did all the research, meaning I already did all the due diligence to make sure that there is a deal there, period. So meaning we already went through the transition of saying, okay, we know that this conceptual plan that we're showcasing you, we're giving you all the data, this is a factual, real deal, period. So if we could fit, let's say, for example, 65 by 100 lot sizes, that's the lot size is 65 feet by 125 feet. If we could fit that, and we could do 120 of them on one of these sites, that's a real deal because we already did the work. We already sat with the civil engineer. We did some baseline studies, and we know that that's possibly what we could do. Now, if you're interested, the acquisition manager, what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, if you can do what you just said you can do, meaning you can provide the 50 or 60, 65 by 125 lots, it's called shovel ready. So whenever you get an asset or a piece of land, and for example, you're that landowner, you have raw land. You really have the raw land, the base value, meaning you don't even know if you have no studies and you have land. What that means is you have no idea what you can do because you never put in the studies. You didn't do the topo boundary tree survey, the geotech, ESA 1, that's called environmental site assessment. You haven't checked for any kind of wetlands. You didn't do a wetland delineation study. These are all different studies that you need to ensure to maximize your site to see what kind of asset class. If you don't have experience on this, this could be very expensive and extremely time consuming. So what your goal is to maximize profit, what your goal is, I'm writing down, I had my notes here too, is your goal is to say, look, what can I do to maximize my profit? So to maximize your profit, you want somebody who is an expert at understanding every single asset class, that understands how to change the zoning out of what you're currently working on, your zoning on your property right now, and you want to change it to maximize profitability. So you can unlock value. So now you're taking it from raw land to now it's approved for 96 apartments, like I do here on Olive Street. Now it's approved for 96 apartments. Okay, great. Now that's the approval to entitled. So the next thing you could do is say, now we want to do the horizontal work. Now we want to do pad ready. Well, then other people will pay a premium for the pad ready status. Okay, they'll have no problem paying that. So then you've got the other one, which is pad ready. Now we'll put the building on it. So now if we put the building on it, we can actually be the buyers if we wanted to. Now we have a structure on that site that wasn't there before, right? Now, every single one that I told you, raw land, shovel ready, horizontal, pad ready, to vertical status, to even then leasing it out. Those are 5 different ways that you can make revenue, maximize your revenue, period. So if you're the landowner and you have cash, but you don't have the know-how, what you do is you put somebody in that seat. And the way I do is you put somebody in that seat, which is typically us, and then we negotiate. Here's a developer fee to get started, kind of like an attorney. Here's your fee. Maximize profitability, and then we're going to do a percentage of the deal. Typically, it's 50-50. Sometimes it could be 70-30, 70% on ours, but you have a threshold on your land. Hey, if we make $1 million, if I can clear $1 million, then anything above that is X, right? You make 70%, I'll make 30, but I at least got what I was looking for out of the site, and I didn't have to stress about it either. Like I actually got all the work done. Because your goal is, as the landowner, the reason why landowners love this, and I've done this quite a bit, is number one, they don't have to stress about it. If they don't know anything about development, they don't have to worry about the legal. They don't have to have vision and understanding the process. They're linking up with somebody like this is their profession. And they get the benefit of getting a premium on their land as well. So I really hope that this helps understanding kind of the leverage pay. So if you're a landowner and you have cash and you potentially want to link up, that possibly we could do something. Send me a DM and says landowner. All right, so send a DM and say landowner and tell me about your site. There's a possibility there. Not every site is a little bit different. So if your site has easements and wetland, that's why you have to do these studies. I don't know if your site has easements. You could say that, but we still have to get the studies to prove it. You could say, oh, well, it has no issues. I got it. But the city and the county that we're dealing with, they're going to want to make sure that that study has been completed, and then that's the way that we can move forward. So I really hope that these videos really assist and help. I'm actually going to be doing a lot more live streams as well that you could ask really any kind of real estate question at all that I can help maximize profitability on deals, because that's my ultimate goal, is if I could push these out and share with you what I'm doing in real time, like this is literally what I'm doing. These are the real deals that I'm actually working on. Hopefully that kind of unlocks something for you to make it happen as well. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.